Welcome guys to the next episode of Boom Arena. Today we're gonna be playing with a 3 gunners deck and my opponent will be the 6th element. So he's gonna open with 5th, very common nowadays. Almost everyone plays Viking for the pretty much unknown reason to me. Like I've said, it's pretty bizarre that people are picking up on this card only right now, because the Viking got updates, I would say, for a while already, so I don't know why people are only noticing his strength just now. And yeah, it looks like this guy will be playing Viking as well, as he will be cycling Piercing Archer and Poison in the back. Obviously, I will try to defend his cards with some cheaper options. Unfortunately, I even get a lineup on my tower which is just suboptimal. I'm gonna play Ghost right here, and I think I'm gonna just cycle to the other pump so he doesn't get the chance to play his battle cards. Right now I expect him to go all in because I've played the pumps. That was pretty obvious, but still it has to be reminded because it's by far the best way to fight the pump. You just play the cards on the opposite side and you get damage, and this dude doesn't counterplay me, but instead opts to soak all the damage he has received. And yeah, he's gonna be probably trying to just play the solid way against the pump, which is spelling it out every time, which is actually what I want, because I will have the faster cycle than him, and thus I'm gonna be able to play more pumps throughout the game. And right now we are actually reaching a double mana, and this is the point of the game where I would love to have at least one pump down. And since we have that accomplished, I'm gonna just put the second one down here. He's gonna get another very nice lineup, so that's gonna be nice for him. I'm gonna get the Ghost going right here. I'm gonna right now just cycle some cards here. He's gonna get a very good Viking though, so I think it is actually a good time already to play our 3 gunners. Okay, he's gonna get a kill on one of them and soon enough on the second one, so that was not a best protection program, but we're gonna just go the runners the opposite side, and I think that's gonna be a successful attack because he has the limited resources to defend, and this Ghost should be sneaking onto the tower, which is something nice. Obviously, I'm gonna play another set of 3 gunners. This time he may be opting to poison them, and that's what he does, so that was pretty much predicted. I'm gonna play the Explorer here, and then I'm gonna just all in on the opposite lane, hoping for something to happen. I'm gonna get some heal tiny so I can kill this Viking, and that was a very good thing for me. But now, right now, here come the twins, and I will have to stop them because I cannot afford this connection, and I didn't, so that was cool. I'm gonna right now use a heal tiny to heal my gunners, and that should pretty much conclude the game, as like I've said before, he doesn't have enough defensive resources to defend, and I'm gonna play runners on the opposite side. He should be kiting with the twins, or he can just straight up defend with Viking, and that's not gonna be enough anyway. That was a very nice play, and that's gonna be the first game out of the way how to play against very popular right now Viking bridge spam. And we're in the game number 2 against the Smoker. Obviously, as a family friendly channel, which I absolutely am not, I'm gonna advise you not to smoke. It's absolutely bad for your both physical and mental health, and you should do it at your own risk. But also you should cycle the Viking in the back at your own risk, because you can get runners in the opposite lane, and that's what happened to this guy. He cycled Viking. He now plays a Dark Knight, which is just not a best position for him to be in. I'm gonna play the Explorer here. It's gonna smashed by this Dark Knight, so that's gonna be a little troublesome, but just a little. I'm gonna try to actually defend right now because it may get very tricky to do so. I'm gonna actually get a very nice runner kites, but the Viking will connect onto the tower. So I'm gonna get a one-shot. Obviously I couldn't prevent it all because I had invested a lot of my mana into the mana pump. But I'm happy with the result because my mana pump is still up. I'm gonna actually cycle the mana up first, and okay, that was a misplay. Obviously I wanted to play the expert to block the helicopter, but I was unsuccessful, and thus I'm gonna receive some damage. There's nothing to be worried though, because I can obviously counterplay the Viking once again. They never learn, don't they? And right now I'm gonna actually get a very good strike here. I'm gonna kite this Viking all the way here. The thief should avoid the Viking as I desired, and I'm gonna absolutely clean this twins vehicle right here. So Viking is getting kited still. This thief should be able to take the tower down, and it's absolutely correct. Right now he's gonna be able to actually stack some troops against me, so it's absolutely high time for me to start playing my 3 gunners. And this is the main strength of this deck, that you are usually trying to bait a big spell for the mana pump, so you can freely play the 3 gunners. Right now, actually, his Dark Knight got a lot of value, yet my runners are still alive, so I'm gonna just keep on pressing. He pretty much cannot stop these 3 gunners, isn't he? And yeah, that's gonna be a very clean win in the game number 2 of today's video. So in this game, I'm gonna actually try to talk about the major plans of this deck that it will fulfill, and I'm gonna separate cards into, I would say, 2 categories. It's gonna be a category of cycle cards, which are obviously cheaper cards than the others, and there's gonna be a category of punish cards, and these cards will be the higher cost. So I would say everything with the thief and ghost included will be treated as a cycle cards, and everything from the pump to 3 gunners will be counted as a punish card. And okay, he's gonna be having EQ. That's not gonna be that easy that I anticipated. So your game plan usually revolves around cycling the cycle cards, and then your opponent will have to play something against it. And if you're gonna be having a good time, you will have the opportunity to play a punish card and, well, get advantage of your opponent not having a right response. I'm gonna just counter this here, and I'm gonna play another mana collector. So even if my opponent has EQ right here, I'm gonna be playing another pump. So yeah, he won't be able to club both of them, so that's the perfect scenario for me. I'm gonna actually try to... no. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the third pump, why not? I'm gonna have to play this one as well, and right now I'm ready for the mana pump. And yeah, he right now will be in some trouble in defending. So what was I trying to say? So cycle cards and punish cards. So as you probably could have seen, I was playing pretty much the cycle cards through the entirety of the game, and right now I've just played a 3 gunners. And although mana pump is a punish card, I wouldn't say it's like more a punish card. It's more of a game plan that you want to implement anyway at some point. So I was just playing the pumps through the entirety of the game to get the mana advantage, so I can play 3 gunners and get even more value out of them, because my opponent obviously won't be able to respond them. And runners are just, I would say, just a finishing touch that if you can play, you're gonna probably guarantee yourself a win. So that's just that. You can play twins instead of them, but runners, in my opinion, are just a more safe and versatile option. So in this game, I'm gonna be trying to tell step by step of what are my thoughts behind every single move I'm gonna be making. And so far, I'm gonna be having to counter a Viking, because it's like the main threat of this position. I'm gonna have to counter a swordman as well, so that's gonna be that. It's gonna be pretty decent right here. And right now I'm gonna be playing Mana Pump, since I've established that I'm gonna be safe for now. So this Footman, I would love him to be enough, and actually it is, with a little help of Heal Tiny. And right now I've established very comfortable position. Right now he will be playing Devil Horde, which I will promptly kite with a... okay... with an Explorer. And right now he's gonna be playing Machine Gun. I'm gonna be trying to get away with playing cheap cards, and as you probably know from the kinda explanation I've done earlier, you want to play cheap cards as much as possible, because if you play cheap cards you will get to the mana pump even more frequently. And right now I think we're just done with playing cheap cards. We can play 3 gunners because we already have the mana advantage, and we will be able to play runners on the side with 3 gunners, which obviously will be scary for my opponent, and that's what we're going for. And there we go, he has played Viking on the absolutely wrong side. I'm gonna try to actually protect this gunner, if that's possible, that is, and actually I will be able to. I'm gonna be playing Explorer here. Runners with 2 gunners took the opposite side, and that's fantastic. And I think I'm gonna be going back to the pumping again, since, well, why not? He has used a spell on defense, so that was absolutely perfect timing. Like I usually say, if your opponent uses spells against your troops, it's usually a bad sign for him, not you. For you it's absolutely good sign, because he didn't have a better response. Troops get value over time, spells get value instantly. So if you're cashing out for absolutely no reason, and this time was absolutely no reason at all for him to use the bullets, given that it was a normal game and I wasn't winning, it would have been a bad call, so I've just kinda capitalized on that. So he's gonna be playing a Skeleton Horde. It's not a bad play, but at the same time he has more urgent things to worry about, and he didn't react to them in time. GG, well played. Let's hop to the last game of today's video. So as you can see, the gameplay of this deck is pretty repetitive. Okay, I expected the other keg here, but whatever. The gameplay of this deck gets very repetitive as you get to know what to do in a specific order, so you can pretty much easily implement it to any given meta, given the fact that you actually can play this deck, that is. So I'm gonna be playing right now here. Okay, I think I'm fine. I'm gonna be playing Ghost here. Obviously it's not perfect scenario because it's gonna die to this bomb skeleton bomb, but like, is this the thing that I have to worry about? I could have died to this bomb skeleton bomb, so the fact that I'm alive is good enough. Obviously this defense was harder because I've played the mana pump, but if you get to know how to play with your cycle cards while playing the pumps at the same time, you'll be absolutely golden. So right now I'm gonna actually sacrifice the Bone Blaster damage. That is another thing you have to learn about this deck, that you cannot defend everything when you're pumping. When you're gonna face a better players, they will know how to punish your pumps, so you'll have to become comfortable with, well, sacrificing some damage in order to make a pump advantage. And right now I definitely have some pump advantage, and at this point I can already start making my push with 3 gunners, and I think I'm gonna just start doing that. Yeah, my pump will give me mana in any second now. There we go. And right now my opponent will be very screwed because he just doesn't have resources to defend. So I'm gonna be going with the runners on the opposite side. Also Heal Tiny. I'm gonna try to tank these 2 gunners so they get more value. I'm gonna right now go all in on the right side, and right now my opponent is pretty much dead because there's nothing to be done at this point. There is too late to counterplay because I've got my plan absolutely completed. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. This deck can can be named as brainless and kinda no skill, because you actually have only one game plan, and if your opponent kinda counters it, it's gonna be very hard for you to come back. But I think it's a very chill deck to play, especially in a best of 3 scenarios. If you know your opponent won't be having a good matchup, it's absolutely nice choice to make sometimes. So, unless you're playing Viking, that is, because many cards overlap. So yeah, thank you for watching till the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Boom Arena content every single day. And without more being said, I'm gonna see you guys in the next episode of Boom Arena.